Welcome. In this video, we will review several important technical aspects required for the proper operation of visual chess. These topics complement the information presented in our other instructional videos. We will cover topics such as chessboard positioning, lighting placement, webcam positioning, and finally the case of excessive light, a condition that generates noise during piece detection. Visual chess is software based on the optical recognition of chess pieces on the board. For this reason, users should understand these aspects as well as the limitations that may exist in certain situations. We would also like to emphasize that visual chess has been certified for use with white pieces for the white side and black pieces for the black side. The use of wooden pieces or pieces of other colors is not recommended, as this may affect proper detection. Let us begin with the first aspect to review: chessboard illumination. In other words, the light that falls on the pieces and squares. The lighting should be sufficient to clearly distinguish all pieces and squares while avoiding overexposure and excessive glare. In addition, as shown in the video, it is important to avoid strong shadows, as these may generate false detections or analysis errors. Here you can see two examples showing a recommended lighting setup and one that is not recommended when using visual chess. The next aspect to consider is the webcam and its position. The webcam should be placed to the right of the player, controlling the primary pieces, as shown in the video. As you can see, from the webcam's point of view, the player using the primary pieces is always seated to the left of the camera. Therefore, the image on the left applies when playing with the white pieces, while the image on the right applies when playing with the black pieces. Regarding camera height, it should allow a clear and complete view of the chessboard. To assist with this adjustment, visual chess includes tools within the configuration process that allow the camera height and resolution to be adjusted in order to achieve a result similar to the example shown, maximizing the size of the board within the viewing window. We will now review the case in which light reflection occurs on the chessboard, creating a condition known as excessive light. This condition generates noise in certain squares that cannot be eliminated using conventional light filters. Let us examine this case. We can observe that the chessboard is properly centered and correctly detected. We can also see that the light filters have already been configured. When attempting to detect the initial position, we can see that the pieces are detected correctly, but an error appears on an empty square, indicating an incorrect detection. This error is identified by a question mark displayed on that square. When the initial detection process is performed again, another square presents the same issue, resulting in two squares being marked with errors. It is important to note that this is a special situation in which the light filters have been unable to eliminate the noise generated by light reflection on the board. To use the board under these conditions, we will select the option that allows us to view and mark the squares affected by excessive light. After doing so, we can select the squares located in the area where the light reflection occurs. We will mark the black squares affected by this noise, as well as some nearby squares, in order to prevent excessive light from affecting that area of the board. Once this procedure has been completed, we validate the detection again and verify that no further errors appear during the process. Notice that these squares are identified on the board display using yellow markers, clearly indicating that they are being treated under the excessive light condition. Visual chess allows these squares to be validated or modified at any time during a game, either by validating the currently detected position of the pieces or by viewing the board directly. It is important to emphasize that playing on a board affected by excessive light is a special case that should be avoided whenever possible. For this reason, the light source should be positioned appropriately to avoid reflections on the board, especially when using bright lights located close to it. This concludes our review of the important technical aspects of visual chess. We invite you to explore our other instructional videos and, above all, enjoy the experience of using the software. Thank you very much for your attention, and we hope you enjoy using our visual chess software.